It matters who shows up to play, not even just this day, but for each individual game of each individual set throughout the entire tournament. Who knows what can happen here if Santy and Simba come out on top here. Boomie and Sandstorm could then move through the loser's bracket, come out, and we have a different outcome by the end of the tournament if they meet each other again.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, the combos are already up, so wait a minute, and that's a great start right there for Simba and Santy. Now, they didn't get the full thing that they wanted, but they got a lot of damage to go ahead and start that up. Boomie and Sandstorm on the back foot again. However, man, like, honestly, almost all their games that we've seen on stream so far, they start on the back foot and then, made the craziest, not comeback, but, like, just the craziest run from, like, getting off the back foot into just staying in advantage for the rest of the game. Wait a minute, though. Okay.
Oh,
Simba
that weapon toss.
Oh, wait, that's a weapon toss the other way, though. Sandstorm does manage to make it back as well. I'm not going to overextend too much there on the right side. Yo! Right back. Look at
oh my gosh!
Combos.
That was so fast, and they were able to just pluck that out of nowhere and put a lot of damage onto Boomie very quickly on a second stock. That's huge.
Yeah, man, that just both times at that, too. It's just like you don't even see that combo developing until you saw the third hit. You're like, oh, wait, they're actually in a team combo right now. With the other teammates still being on stage. Okay, I was about to happen again, but no, he slides through that. And now that's going to be a lead here, a pretty good lead as well for Simba and Santy. If they can get the stock off of Boomie, okay, Simba finally going to lose that stock right there. If they can get the stock off Boomie, though, they will keep this one stock lead and hopefully run that into the first game being on their side.
They're going to be looking for those setups, those D-lights on both of their weapons. That can lead into a recovery if you have sword or a side air if you're going on that spear. Boomie's still staying in this so far, though. He's outputting a little bit of damage despite being at a weapon disadvantage. Oh, the D-Light. Sandstorm's going to pull out of that because he knew he picked up Boomie in that and not the other team. Look at all this damage they've been able to add up on Santy slowly. Boomie falls. It's going to be a 4 stocks to 3, but Santy is extremely red here.
All right. Moving back around. Okay, that is going to be a nice little combination right here. Nice little two-piece for Sandstorm. Going to fight his way, or fight, you know, through the opponent's onslaught on him. However, he is on his last, or on a very high, you know, high damage on his second stock. And now we're looking at a even game yet again. Now they're back into it and into the lead. What did I tell you, man? I don't know what it is about Boomie and Sandstorm. They can start very bad, but they will still manage to power their way through this game and get the W. However, again, we're still looking at Sandstorm, and he is very hurt, so if they can get the stock off sooner than later, is that it? There it is, an even game yet again.
Second stock Boomie was, he just took so much damage, and then all of a sudden he didn't take very much damage, and the damage he did take was like right damage at the right place on the stage if you're coming from his point of view. So he's taking like, oh, a gauntlet neutral light in the middle of the stage, not going to be the KO option. So man, he really extended that second stock so well. Of course, Sandstorm continued to play well. Boomie also turned things up on that second stock. He's still taking damage on his final stock here, but he's in the red. We could see more damage added up. It's on to Simba so far. He's in the orange here.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like the spread for the damage overall is pretty much the same. There's one person in red, one person in like yellow-orange. A little more damage here on the red team, though, and it's definitely starting to rack up some more, too, on Santy. Oh, and that's going to be a gone stock from Simba. And that, you know, honestly, that would have been a really good early KO onto to Sandstorm. He's only in the orange. Simba really tried to, or Santy really tried to push that to the limit. Uh-oh.
That neutral light, it ended up hitting Boomie as well, but Santy was the only one who got hit by it, the second big blast of it. Weapon toss going down, it's gonna clunk, just completely bonk him on the head. The most disrespectful sound in all of Brawlhalla.
It was the way that he was following it down too. Like there was, even if he got around it, he was catching something right after that. So good stuff to Sandstorm and Boomie again. You know, not the greatest start, but they definitely have the greater finishes.
And you can see the damage that Boomie took. He definitely took the most damage in the game, 639. If you divide that amongst his 3 stocks, it's a little bit over 213. No, it's exactly 213 damage per stock, which if you're a higher defense character, that's what you need to be doing as that character.
All right. So let's see what we can do as we get into our second game, man. Simba and Santy definitely had that one close, but Boomie and Sandstorm, again, just too clutch in the end.
Now we are seeing strength stance coming out from Val, very normal defense stance coming out from Hattori. That's sort of the standard stat spread that we see coming out from Simba and Santy going into this. They're each going to split the weapons. Not going to be too much of aggression coming like right in the middle of the stage early on. Nobody all the way goes across the stage to pick up the other team's weapon. No real fighting right in the middle either. They just kind of held on to their sides.
All right. So now I guess it's the real issue right now is what adjustments they need to do to like get this W. And honestly, the only thing is it's just about closing out the game, dude. Like they're obviously playing quite well through the stretch. It's just that the closing out the game is the hard part to do against Boomie and Sandstorm, especially these very defensive legends too. They're living, you know, quite long, and you're playing two legends that aren't really the strongest for sure. But either way, the team combos between the red team have been very great. And is this right here? Oh, couldn't get the pickup.
Yeah, that's going to be something that's really tough for the red team is not only do they not have a high strength stat, but Boomie and Sandstorm have high defense stat. Then you compare that to Boomie and Sandstorm, they don't have necessarily the highest strength stats either on their characters, but you have weapons that can KO really well, like the hammer coming out from Boomie, or you have a very strong signature kit that can KO earlier as well, so you don't have to have any complicated setups whatsoever. You don't have to go for the side light. Which side light am I going to guess on the gauntlets? Santy actually hit the ground pound there to punish Sandstorm.
All right, man, look at this. Another lead here for the red team, but you know, it's just keeping the lead. You know, we can talk about how good it looks right now, and that was a good pickup right there from Sandstorm, and also a good pickup there from Boomie. You know, they're covering each other quite well. Now right back into the game. Now Boomie, though, is looking relatively hurt, sitting in his red, and a pretty good red, too, so he could be dying from any sig anywhere on the stage. That was almost a recovery KOing him from the ground, so imagine getting that up. imagine getting that down light recovery or the side light recovery here for the gauntlets. Either way, still lose that stock, and now this is a really good lead here developing for the red team.
Yeah, Boomie's not, or he didn't do with his second stock what he was able to last game. GC stomp side air. The side air doesn't make the connection. Ooh, that was big damage on the Sandstorm. Definitely in the lead of the red team, but that's where, like, if it was maybe any other team but like Boomie and Sandstorm, you could definitely start to see this game heavily going in the direction of the red team. But, I mean, you truly never know when you're going up against Boomie and Sandstorm. You have two members of the red team that are in the red. Simba is now dead. Okay.
And Santy doing a good job of fighting that 2v1 by himself, you know, and honestly didn't stray away from it either. Like, he stood in the middle and try to hit both of them without worrying about maybe getting team combo to his death. Ends up getting hit by a down air, and he is way far away after that weapon toss as well.
Oh! That big fist, man. That huge duff on that side heavy. That one sounded like it hurt more than normal.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, all right. Well, hitting the sig on his own teammate, but however, even at that, even in the barbecue red, Onyx still lives. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know how Sandstorm still in this game, man.
Like, actually.
He should not be alive. The next episode of I Shouldn't Be Alive airing on the Discovery Channel is going to be starring Sandstorm.
Bro, what is this? Like, how did the game escape them yet again? Finally, someone gets that stock off of Sandstorm, and it happens to be Boomie. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I mean, even if he is able to get the stock off of Boomie, man, look at the damage he already has. Sandstorm taking the front, obviously, and yep, the weapon toss, double weapon toss to make sure he couldn't get out of it. That is another game where, again, Boomie and Sandstorm are at a pretty decent deficit somewhere toward the middle of that game, and they still clutch it out every time.
Now, Boomie taking big damage again, 626. That's over 200 damage again. It's about 208 per stock. But then also on the other side, Simba actually took the most damage in the game, despite being on the lower defense size, is going into the defense stance. So it's going to be going from 4 to 5. But he took 637, almost as much damage as Boomie took last game. So Simba's survivability there was absolutely massive. Ended up putting out the second most damage in the game as well. So he really stepped up a lot that game.
Yeah, man. So third game. They are doing a good job of keeping it competitive, but they just cannot find this victory yet. Still keeping the same people too. Val and Hattori right back out here against these high defense legends of 7 and 8 defense, man. It is just very hard to find that KO. And honestly, I feel like if you saw anything, You saw that 8 defense is really hitting for Sandstorm, living into the deepest of reds. Okay. It's an easy, just an easy start here for everybody on the screen right now. No real advantage being taken just yet. Now, honestly, at this point in time, usually we've been seeing some nice team combos coming in from the red team, but it seems like they playing a little more passive this time around, or that the blue team is just playing in a position where they cannot get those team combos as they usually have. Good follow-ups, though. Okay.
Now, Boomie has been on this orb for a pretty considerable amount of time. There is a weapon spawn on the field. Red team ends up grabbing it. Oh, that was actually...
That was nice juke, yeah.
Yeah, that was very clean and one of the earlier stocks we've seen taken. Now we've seen a full team wipe within a minute. And this game has already started to go the way of Sandstorm and Boomie. We've seen so many games start out like this with Sandstorm and Boomie that just end in complete and utter domination.
Yeah, man, they're actually starting the game, like, you know, during this set in particular, they're starting the game hot, where the first 2 games they didn't start so hot but still got the victory. Now with them starting hot, we could potentially see a, you know, a 4 stock maybe. Oh, the weapon toss just happens to be at the wrong moment and hits Sandstorm way out there, and then Boomie ends up taking a ground pound as well. So even game on stocks, the damage though not so much.
And that's
what's little fight.
Really important is on the previous games, Boomie and Sandstorm were kind of playing from behind, definitely, in the beginning. And now that they're actually playing from ahead, even if the stocks are even, like Simba and Santy even that up stock-wise pretty quickly, but still, you can see the trend of the game so far in the top right of your screen. Simba and Santy are very red. Boomie's pretty red, but remember, he's Thor. That weapon toss is going to help. He's going to stay alive after that recovery. The D-Light recovery comes out from Sandstorm, gets the KO off the top, 4 stocks to 3.
Right. So this could be a stock again gone here from. Oh, there it is. All right, it's like even game on the stocks here. It's like a stock gone from Boomie is definitely what they need. But now, if you're looking at Simba or Santy, he's looking relatively hurt. But Simba honestly is taking quite a bit of damage on his last stock as well too. So gotta play a little safer here. Not allow yourself to get KO too early. That roll, he got lucky on that one. Rolled in early enough to stop that Sig from hitting. Okay, weapon toss right here. Holding it down. Like, this man Sandstorm just smashing the ground, saying, "Come up here."
And then red team spawns in. They immediately send him over there as well. Be like, "Get over there with your teammate."
Yo, wait, he just got back.
Oh
he
my
just came
gosh,
back, bro.
That was so close, TK.
Oh no!
Oh, stomp side air. That's a
yeah.
that's a free stomp side air for Boomie.
Okay, well, can't get through it all. Can't get through it all. And that was, yeah, I mean, that is crazy. Santy actually came in just to get slapped up in like a quality 10 seconds. And he was almost about to lose that stock before Simba, who was already on his last. And he was waiting out, man. That was just rough. Just rough.
That's just kind of classic Sandstorm Boomie moment right there, where they just completely dominate, keep the pressure going. You saw all of the weapon tosses and the moves that they threw out at the end, covering so many different options. That's why they are such a scary team when they are in the man advantage. They can throw so many things out, cover so many options, place things really well without hitting one another. They know how each other plays so well that there probably doesn't even have to be that much communication between the two. Like, they just kind of know their spot, what their teammate is going to do, and then